Hello, my name is Andrew Klosterman, and this is my pre-presentation presentation, my plan for success. Uh, I know that you told us to do more of a document rather than a presentation, but I wanted to give you something closer to what the final assignment's actually going to be, so you could give me a little bit better notes on my talking and flow and resources I use, everything else like that. So we'll get right into it. Um, my potential audience for this, I've decided, has gravitated towards potential employers and company owners. This is because um, our presentation is focused on getting hired and getting our dream job in the end. I feel like if I'm professional, creative, and unique, I can really reach out to those people and get my dream job in the end. I mean, after I have all the required credentials and with my pretty extensive background in professional environments already, here's my mind map of how I want this presentation to go in the end. It's a basic outline, and it's going to help um, guide how I'm going to present everything, and it'll serve as a foundation when I'm recording my audio. So we'll go into detail a little bit. My beginning is just going to be introducing myself, tell my goals, which I think is important to employers because they want to know what you're going to do with your life. You know, they usually ask you, where do you see yourself in 5 years, or what do you want to do with your future? They want to know if you plan on staying with them or whatever the case. So I think it's important that I include it in my presentation, at least briefly. I'll address them, obviously, and then I'll move on to the body part. I'll probably start with credentials. I know that it's not something you want to focus on too much because you don't want to see yourself as like, well, I can do this, I can do this, you know. But I think it's important to mention my Full Sail University degree that I'll have in this scenario and my graphic design background because that's important for what I'd be hired as a game designer. And you can work with artists that way. You can work with your whole team more effectively, in my opinion. Then I'll move into my personality because that's a huge factor in employers hiring you. If you can work well with others, which I can, and if you're friendly, you know, they're going to be around you a lot of time every single day, talking to you every day, working with you every day. So that's a very important part of being hired by somebody. And that kind of goes into my strengths and weaknesses on the other side, the left side of my mind map there. The only reason I include weaknesses is because employers want to know that kind of thing. I mean, not everyone's perfect, and they know that. And they'll generally always ask you in a job interview, okay, what's your biggest strengths and biggest weaknesses? Well, I just listed them here, and if you notice the small text underneath, my weaknesses and my plan to change them. So I want to go into why I'm disorganized and why I'm sometimes too casual for professional environments and why I believe I can fix those things and how I'm going to fix that. Then my strengths, great work ethic and very creative. I believe I'm very strong in those two areas, and I think that's a valuable asset in the workplace. Then I'll move down into my conclusion. Contact info, obviously. You know, by this point, I would imagine I'd have a website or a portfolio or that sort of thing that I could link them to. My restate my goals, so what my end goals are for this entire thing and all of that. And then my exiting statement, you know, thanking them for their time. If they have any questions, if they have any more comments, anything like that. My message. So the thing that I most want to convey is that I would be a great employee, which is the whole point of this, is getting hired by them. So my message should be that I'd be hireable and a really good employee. And I think that's what I've put the most effort into saying to these potential employers. Companies need to know that by helping me, they are helping themselves. So by giving me a shot, by giving me a chance, by hiring me, I'm going to contribute back to the company. And that's mostly what they want. You know, they're hiring someone so that that person can turn around and benefit the company and help the company grow in the end. The tools I'm going to be using are a very good set of tools. I'm very confident in what I'm using. Audacity is what I'm using to record audio. I know there's better programs out there, um, but I really like Audacity. It's simple, it's easy to use, easy to cut up audio, at least crudely, and then you can put it in and really fine tune it in Adobe Suite, which I also listed there. That's what I'll be using for any graphics that I decide to make instead of just grab, or when I edit the audio and cut it over the video like I did in this presentation. My newer studio microphone, that's a brand, it's not like newer with a typo. Very good microphone. I really, really like this microphone. I got it for other purposes, but really professional sounding, really great. Like it a lot. And then Google Slides. This was a hard decision for my presentation software. I looked into Haiku Deck. It's a really cool thing, but you can't actually download the presentations unless you pay for it. They have to be hosted on their site, and I would just have to send you the link. And I'd rather have a presentation that then I could edit audio over and then send to you as a single file. I also really like how Google Slides looks. They have a cool, like, trendy, modern style to their presentations. It's easy to use. All Adobe files import straight into it, which is really convenient for me. I don't have to convert anything. So yeah, I'm going to go with Google Slides. I might rethink this part, honestly, but for right now I'm going to proceed with Google Slides. My potential obstacles are competition, which would be the main obstacle coming out of college and trying to find a job. There's going to be a lot of people, even in my graduating class, but also from other universities, coming out of college, graduating with the exact same skill set as me, and I'm going to need to somehow set myself apart in a unique and creative way to get hired by these big companies. You know, they want the best of the best. And technology. Technology is a constant hurdle. Especially in presentations or whatever I'm doing, portfolios. Technology is always going to be a constant obstacle I'm going to run into, especially in the line of work I'm going for, game design. And I'm going to need to find creative ways to overcome these obstacles, and I always have before, and I have confidence that I will in the future. But it's something to always think about. The biggest hurdle, like I said, is trying to make this presentation creative, unique, and professional. And I need to not be too shy. I feel like sometimes I can be a little shy during presentations or too reserved. And I need to really burst out of my shell and make a good, entertaining presentation to these people so that they know I'm the real deal and that would be, pleasurable to have in the office, good, hireable employee. And I'm going to really work on that for the final draft. Thank you for your time, Mr. Moore. I hope you enjoyed this unorthodox version of this, more of a dress rehearsal for the final project. So yeah, I'd love to hear your feedback, and all images, charts, and graphs sourced from Google's internal image search. Just within Slides you can insert Google Images. That's where I got all of them from. So thank you.